Okay, Asia session live. Got the Asia scanner all set up here, looking at Nikkei, reversal setup on Nikkei. Faked out the weekly previous week high, and then I see this nice H4 bar that's pushing down. So this is my thesis right now. It's going to be a reversal. Faking out the week high, H4 is already flipped, and so I'm basically waiting for a pullback, trend retracement on the H4. So H4, I traded on the M3. I'm essentially waiting for price to come up and fake out the H1 high, which is right here. And then let's see what happens once that happens, if that happens. If that doesn't happen, then I can get in. Let's see, I gotta look at the H1 here. So there's a range on the H1. So that's a good thing I looked. Definitely needs to come up and fake out that range. So I'm not going to be interested if we go underneath it. It absolutely must come up and fake out the range. Okay, we've come up, trigger that H1 high. Now I'm looking for price to roll over back down under here. And I can take a safe sell from under there. Well, not exactly safe. We're still above the day breakout level, but my thesis is going off this H4 bar. Would be actually better underneath that day breakout level, but I can get in early over here. Now, since we've triggered that H1 high and we're above the H1 breakout level, I can actually drop down to even lower time frames. Go to the 1 minute, and this is where I trade the H1 bar. So actually, let me do it like this. H1 in the 1 minute bar. And so what I want to see now is a breakout followed by inside. I want to see price get below, faking out the high. I want it to get below that M15. So same area basically. So my trade is going to be if price can get past here. Let's see what happens. So essentially on the M3, I'm trading the H4 and I'm using H1 as momentum. So we're above the H1 breakout level and we're faking out the H1 high. So what I want to see, if I want to take a sell, is I want to see price get below this H1 breakout level. That's when the H1 flips, and that tells me momentum of the H4 is going down. And then since we trigger that H1 high, I can drop down to lower time frames, and I can see that the H1, on the H1, I use M15 as the momentum time frame. So here's the M15, and it's pretty much at the same level as H1. So this is why I'm waiting for both these levels to flip. Yep, so this is the earliest I can get in at this moment. And I'm going to switch this M15 to 10 minutes because I'm trading the H4, and on 10 minutes, I'm looking at H4 levels. On the M15, I'm looking at H8. On the M10, I'm looking at H4. So broke out of H4 low. We're in an H4 breakout, and I'm looking for a pullback to continue the move down. Okay, we closed below levels. Just need to see a little bit more of a push here, and then I'll jump in. See, 5 minutes till 1 hour. Okay, gonna wait for that 1 hour bar. Reason why is if you look at all the higher time frame bars, you're gonna find very often there's gonna be pullbacks if you get in too close to that closing time. So a lot smarter to wait. And if it moves without me, well, then I just wait for the pullback. Actually, this so basically the reason why it's better to wait is I don't want this to. I'm looking at the 1 hour bar here. I don't want to see this close in breakout to the upside, because if it closes in breakout, there's always a chance that it'll come up and take out the peak before reversing. But actually, in this case, this one would be fine. I don't think that it would come up in the next 3 minutes all the way back up. So this could have been an entry, but just to be on the safe side, I'm just gonna wait. Okay, here we go. I have everything I need. Now I'm just gonna wait for our price to get below for continuation here. Okay, it's got past. Waiting for a closure here. Usually I'm looking at zeros or fives, but it just didn't get under. Okay, not yet. Not yet. I want to see zero or fives close underneath. So that's going to be 5 seconds or 10-second closures. Okay, we're close to pushing on down again. 2 seconds here. So I don't really care about all this stuff. I just care about closing price. Okay, I'm looking for zeros. Okay. There we go. Got in. And now the first target's going to be previous H4. I think I got in a bit late here. Okay, so that first target is going to be previous H4 low, but so this is going to be more of a scalp. Probably should have had a tighter stop loss than this, but still okay with this. But I think because of the weekly, it's a fake out. I mean, monthly, and we're faking out the previous week high. Let's have a quick look here. I'm going to take it down to the previous day low. So if we flip this, this is going to be a false breakout. This one right here, we're going to break out on the daily, and then we're flipping the daily breakout level. That's what I'm hoping for. That'll be a false breakout. And then most of the time, this will get down to that previous day low. So 2R down to that previous day low. Yeah, not going to care about this one. Just going to go right down to that previous day low. And after that, it's either going to retrace back and fail, or it's going to continue on down. So this is what's going to tell me what's going to happen next. And just based off of the daily structure, I would just has faking out the previous week high, getting below the daily. It's starting to flip, 40% bearish confluence. So I would assume that this will continue on down. But let's see what happens at this first target. Okay, trade is moving quite nice. 1 minute left on this H1 bar. We're in an inside, we're in a range on the H1. That's not too good, so I'm hoping that the next 40 seconds will close outside. So there's an inside bar. Whenever I see an inside bar, I extend the previous highs and lows, that becomes a range, and this range continues to exist until there's a breakout bar on this time frame that closes outside. So I'm hoping this will close and break out. If it does, this is a good sign for this trade. Otherwise, I'm going to get stuck in this range. We're also below the daily breakout level, which is good confluence as well. Got to run soon, maybe in about 15 minutes or so. I got to do some stuff. So I got my TP over here. If it gets all the way, that's about a 2-hour trade. Otherwise, if it goes back up, it'll be stop loss. I don't move my stops. I keep it at the high. The second I move my stops down, I lose all all the protection that I have from this move. So yeah, just gonna let this run. Okay, so closed in breakout, so no longer has that range anymore, and so I would expect a continued push down. Okay, so that's it. I got to run, and let's see what happens. Let's see other trades here. I was looking at a possible reversal on gold. Nothing else that I really liked here, just Nikkei. But I took a nice trade on gold to the upsides from New York, from way down. Can't remember where now, but from a long ways. And saw this nice strong H2 bar that flipped the bias of the H2. And so I was looking for a pullback on this. And what I'm looking for on these sort of pullbacks, I want to see continuation move. I want to see a fake out of a high to take it down. This is a 2-hour bar, so I dropped down to the M2 where I trade the 2-hour levels. I was looking for an M30 fake out, and so we did trigger that M30 here, but it did not roll over, so no trades for me on gold. Did not take any reversals on gold. Momentum is still pushing up. So that's it. I wasn't looking at anything else. It was just gold and Nikkei. Okay, just got back, hit TP, and that's it for Asia session. Did not take anything else. Let's see, gold starting to continue back up. Yeah, so that's it. Done with Asia.